Hello, YouTubers. I want to welcome you to part 2 of Reviving Studio A. And in this episode, I'm going to update you on what I began in the last episode. So let's get to it. Alright, now what's different from last time is the amps, right? We've got a Bulgara V22, a Supro, and then PV Classic 30, and this one's different. This is a Fender Rumble 40. It's a little upgrade in the bass area. Behind it we have a Black Star and a Fender Classic 30, or I'm sorry, a Fender Deluxe Reverb. And then we have a Fender Bass Breaker, an Albion, behind it a Boss Next Tone, and a Super Champ X2 head with matching cabinet behind there. Alright. And another thing I did, the HX effects. But what I did, man, when I first played it, it was terrible. It was just the default stuff, you know. So what I did is upgraded the firmware and then did a backup of the original in the living room, HX effects, because I have two of them. And then I copied or got the backup and loaded it on this one. So they're identical. And thank goodness, because I couldn't play without it. And it sounds much better too. Alright. Besides that, we have, of course, the big old rack here. Tons of stuff. And I actually got it up and running, surprisingly. We'll come back to it in a second. And then here we've got amps. It should be similar to what's on the left side, but there's still a couple amps missing. I need to hook those up. Another thing I did is I got the mixer and monitors set up, and they're ready to go, which is really cool. Right? Kind of hard to see, but trust me, they're there. There they are. That's the HR824. I've got a pair of those hooked up. And okay. And then here we got that PC that I had built. And I got the Motu audio interface hooked up. We'll come back to that as well. It's very cool. Okay. And then, well, everything else is about the same, isn't it? Just about, except I moved the little Hartke bass amp next to the X2. And you'll see why in a while. Okay. Now here's something else I did. I did the best I could. Try to hook up this rope light stuff. Basically, I had a bottle of old adhesive, so I sprayed some of it and tried to redo that corner right there, and at the other end as well. So it's a little straighter, a little better. Also redid that corner. That was a pain in the butt, actually. I had to use a ladder and all this business. Alright. Okay, so very first thing is, let me show you the HX effects. Alright, so I've got the guitar here, and okay, and basically, right now I'm running through the little Boss Next Tone 40s. So I'll just run through a little loop. In fact, just what I played sounds good. cool about that is that I also got the PA set up, right, which is on top of the rack, to do like drums and stuff. And that's running through the two JBL 15-inch speakers on the side we can hear. So there we've got the basic drum loop. We can play our loop again. machine running through this little rack mount PA setup. Now we've got the HR 824 and we can hear those. Hold on a second. And this is a recording running off of the computer into the Motu interface to the mixer to the monitors. Now, as a bonus, I guess, I discovered that I have, man, at least 10 albums worth, probably more than that, of unreleased recordings I just haven't done much with. Well, I think a lot of them are mastered, I'm not sure. Here's new folder 8, and let me show you. I mean, they just go on and on and on. Let's pick something from new folder 9. I haven't even checked this one out. Also, I have on here most of my previous albums. It's in a folder called Albums. Let's find it. So we got album 1 to I think 400 and 409 on this one. 409. So there's 410, 411, 412, I think, that are missing. We'll have to check that out. Anyway, but all the tracks are there. Let me check one out. How cool is that? Okay, so basically I've got most of the stuff hooked up, and it seems to be working correctly. I need to get a couple more amps in here for the left side. Try to match it to the right side as close as possible. And I'm almost there. I'm missing 2 amps, I think it is. Or no, I'm sorry, 3 amps. I've got to move those from the living room into the studio room and have them hooked up, which all of these are, so I can just choose which one I want, plug in the input cable, and turn it on, and that's it. Which is very, very cool. And don't forget, I have 2 other computers which are recording computers. Probably has a bunch of recordings on it as well. But I have to sort through all these new recordings, you know. And obviously you would think you'd want to make them into albums and release them, right? So I need to take the time to do that, as well as record, which I haven't done yet. I haven't hooked up the microphones, because I just got the Motu hooked up. But I'm actually very pleased with the sound quality of the Mackie monitors and the Motu Audio Express, right? And to discover all these recordings, you know. I don't know what happened. Maybe I just got, I don't know. Maybe I'd forgotten about them. Stuff off of album 409, which has already been released, but then I discovered that there's a bunch of new material that has never been released. Alright, so that's new folder 16. And basically what these were basically recording sessions, if you like. And these are the results of it. You know, sound 21, sound 22, 28, 29, 38. Right, so they weren't even named. And on this one I can tell that obviously I'd gotten an EHX pedal. And it sounds like it's the one that sounds like the electronic keyboard kind of thing on that one. Yeah, and some of these have folders within folders for some reason. I'm not sure why. Depends on the folder, I guess. Let's see. Yeah. Yeah, see, this one has a folder. Let's see what's in it. 2 sounds, okay. By the way, I ran into a real problem in hooking these amps up in the HX effects unit. I don't know, I got a terrible sound, and it seemed like there was a problem with the amps. In particular, I was using the Supro amps at the time, and it just sounded terrible, and I thought, uh-oh, there must be something wrong with the Supro amps. Well, guess what? Nope, that's not the case at all. In fact, I'll show you what it was. Okay, do you see these cables? Right, all of these. Right? Every one of those is bad. Flaky at best, or not even working on some of them. So all these are going to the trash. And they didn't help me out, I'll tell you that much. Because I had a heck of a time figuring out what the problem was. Look at that. Can you believe it? Man. I don't know, I might keep them around to fix them someday, I don't know. Maybe not. Alright, anyway, you get the idea. So that's where I'm at right now. Still have a few things to do, especially in the right hand side. I'm sorry, my left hand side is the one I meant. There's still quite a bit to do. But boy, what a difference, my goodness. And the fact that it's actually functional. Pretty cool. Alright, so I'll get some more stuff done and get back to you with part 3. Alright, very good. I'll see you next time.